There's a simple economic concept called an opportunity cost. And trying to describe that as simply as I can, it's that if you have limited resources and you have a choice of multiple options, making one choice costs you the opportunity to choose one of the other options. One of the best ways I can think of this is when I bought the 1803, a week later in the same area, a two-tone Daytona came up for roughly the same price. And so the cost of the 1803 was literally what I paid for it, but the opportunity cost of it was a really nice box and papers two-tone El Primero Daytona. Yeah. And you know, that happens every time I pull the trigger, then something else pops up within like a week. Literally, it's like, crud. So, you know, had I pulled the trigger on the Batman, hashtag sticker shock, I wouldn't have been able to get the rare birds, the rare bird and the even rarer bird. By the way, everyone's like, oh, you suck, you stupid moron, you got to refinish dial. Well, my local AD, I'm going to turn the watch over, and they're going to strip the dial and hands off, and there's actually a service dial for that sucker. I'm like, oh my God. So, yeah. Yes, please. Not just yeah, but hell yeah. So anyway, one of my biggest flaws, one of my biggest shortcomings is impatience. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person that has that fault, that has that flaw. I'm wondering, does anyone else have a good story about opportunity costs? I looked at this, I got it, and this choice cost me this. You know, one of the other local guys, Brad, the guy who actually found the 1530 for me nearby, had a Polar Explorer, early model, and wasn't really fond of it. Actually, I looked at it, it's like the patina on the thing is like mesmerizing. What's a Submariner? Doesn't have the money for it, and also can't go without wearing a Rolex in the meanwhile. So, I had an Air King, which I got a good deal, and I passed the savings on to him with a little bit of cash, and I've got just a cracking Explorer, Polar, box and papers. But for Brad, the opportunity cost of the Air King is possibly a Submariner. So, of course, now I'm looking, and guess what? Well, they have a Submariner date nearby me in the oil patch, actually, and also for not that much more money, a Submariner ceramic no date. So, opportunity cost. You know, is it something to be aware of? Is it something you should think about? And does it really matter? Sometimes you try to guess every conceivable outcome of the decision, and I can make myself crazy doing that. I call that playing chess with God, and I've never beat him once. So anyway, do you have any stories of how one watch purchase cost you the opportunity for a better purchase? Leave your comments below. Almost the end of the week, guys, and let's be good to each other. Also, I don't know what the hell is up with the starchy thing about the rancher. I think as far as I know, we're good. Anyway, have a good one.